Hi everyone, welcome to week 44 of a grid design every week. If you watched the previous segment, I showed you how to mark grids, and I'm still in the same clothes because I am doing these two segments together, but this is a segment with a diamond based grid. And this is from our friend Esther Frenzel of I Patch and Quilt. So remember, she's helping out a lot in these last weeks of our grid design every week, because it's been a bit of a stretch to come up with 52 grid designs to share with you guys. So Esther has some beautiful grid designs and she is sharing them with us. And also she's chiming in quite a bit on our new Facebook page, We Love Grid Designs. So if you're not a member, go ahead and check out We Love Grid Designs on Facebook and ask to become a member, and I'll approve you. And it's a lot of fun, and you see a lot of beautiful grid-based quilting designs, and we encourage you to share yours. So today we're going to do Esther's flapper dress design, and it's on a diamond grid. So come on over and I will do my best to do justice to her design. Okay, and I apologize for all the curtains being closed. It's just when it's sunny out, it's too much light, and the camera doesn't pick up what we're trying to do very well. So let me get ready. So we're going to work on this little diamond grid. It's a 1-inch grid, and as with all of our designs, if you have a funny little area, remember, I encourage you to leave those for later. Come back and do them later. So I'm going to start right in this section where we have full grids or almost full diamonds, and then I'll fill those in later. All right, so this one, and this is really neat on a larger diamond grid with rulers. I did it on a 2-inch diamond grid with a ruler, and it was pretty fancy. Oops, what's going on here? I think we're good. Here we go. All right. So with this one, you don't have to stitch your base grid first, which is very nice. We're going to start stitching on the diamond grid. Now when we get to the point up here, let me point this out. Now we're going to fill in down below this grid. So we're going to fill down below into this diamond. And you could do different fills in here, but what Esther's doing is showing a little kind of a 3-pronged grid, or a 3-pronged design. So aiming for that point is going to be key. So we filled in our diamond down below. Now I'm going to stitch out on my diamond grid to the next point of the next diamond, and we're going to fill in up above with that same design. And like I said, I bet you could come up with some neat designs of your own to fill in these diamonds. Alright, so we filled it in. Now we'll stitch up on the diamond grid again. And we're going to fill in the diamond below. Stitching out our grid line, filling in the diamond above now. I tried this on a 1/2-inch diamond grid, and it was pretty much too small. I really didn't love it so much, but let me get rid of this pen. Camera doing okay over there? All right. You can see with this partial diamond at the top, I'm not really filling those in probably as well as I should, but if this was a show quilt, I would take a little more time and figure out something better than just cropping off the top there. But if this was a show quilt, I would have marked this diamond grid better to begin with. I wouldn't have had strange angles or strange shapes at the top and bottom of my grid. I would have been more careful to mark the grid in a symmetrical manner. So this part, it seems like it takes a while to get it done because you're filling in the diamonds above your line and below it. But when we get down here, we get to scooch right along across. It goes quicker the other direction. But, you know, quick isn't everything. I have a saying with quilting, you get out of it what you put into it. So if you put a lot of work into your quilts, you're going to get a beautiful quilt at the end of the process. And why be in a hurry when you're creating something beautiful? So we finished that row. So you can see what that looks like. Now we're going to go down to the next row. And we're just going to stitch our grid line coming back out. And like I said, I'm just, you know, I'm not using a ruler here to do these straight lines, so it's not going to be perfect. But I'm just doing the best I can. Will be beautiful, I'm sure, but if you're working on a larger diamond grid, the rulers are pretty handy for that, and you can do a design that's like this. Alright, let me get down to the next row. We'll do one more row and I will show you how it looks. Alright, so here we are. Now this little diamond should be filled in, but like I said, I'm going to do that later because at this point it's just confusing me. So we'll come back and do that later. So here we are going to fill in that diamond down below. Travel on our grid line, and fill one in up above. Let me point something out. The first time I practiced this, aiming for this point, I was getting off all the time. I'm actually pretty pleased. I'm getting better at it. So, you know, don't expect yourself to do these grids perfectly the very first time. Sometimes you just have to practice them a little bit and then they get better. finish this row and then take it out and show you. And you can see already that it's, oops, you know what I forgot to do? I gotta fill in that one bit below the grid line. Probably should have used brighter thread for you to see. But as I told you, darker threads really show boo-boos up. And I'm human. I don't like you guys to see all my boo-boos. But they happen. Boo-boos happen. Something just happened. I don't know what that was. Thread broke. So it looks like we're going to stop. Using a different thread that's a lot finer than my normal silk. So having a little trouble with it, but that's alright. We got it far enough so that you can see what our design's going to look like. Alright, so here we are on the front with our grid marks, and you can see that beautiful, like I said, Esther calls this the flapper dress, but to me it's just a beautiful diamond based grid design. So let me flip this over and you can see the back, how pretty that looks. Alright, so that one is a little tricky, but once you get it down, it's not as hard as it looks. And you can see the hand-drawn tutorial on Esther's website. It's I Patch and Quilt. And it's something ipatchandquilt.wordpress.com, I believe. But just Google Esther Frenzel if you want to see how she draws that out. So that's it. Thanks for joining me. Let me again point out my book, the Grid Design Workbook. It's available on my website, quintessentialquilting.com. If you order it from me, I will be happy to sign it for you before I ship it. Or if you get it from AQS or Amazon or wherever, you probably get it a few bucks cheaper, but that's your call. So however you want to do it, I just hope you buy the book and tune in next week for another beautiful grid-based quilting design. Thanks. Bye.